Unfolding disaster happening right now in Texas. We want to get back to ABC's Mireya Villarreal.
Yeah, she joins us from Center Point. What are you seeing right now?
Guys, thank you so much for hanging on a little bit. Let me tell you, live TV, right? It has been interesting to venture out of the Kerrville area because everywhere we go, there's either roadblocks, there is debris on the road. You know, I actually was on the other side of this river right here trying to get over, and there is supposed to be a street right here that people regularly use, but it is completely washed out. We're about 4.5 days out from those major floodwaters that we saw, major flooding that we saw in the area, and the water is still at a point where it is over these roadways that are normally here. It has receded considerably, revealing a ton of debris along the riverbanks and within cities. We got our first glimpse inside Hunt, Texas yesterday at Camp La Junta, one of the camps that was heavily impacted by the floodwaters. This is an all-boys camp. Thankfully, they all made it out alive. However, they were stranded for up to 48 hours. And the reason is this water ended up surrounding the entire town of Hunt, making any roads impassable. And so they had to fly in supplies in order to make sure everybody was okay. Everywhere we go, every street we turn down, every person we speak to has a story here, guys.
Everyone has a story. Tell me a little bit about the crews that you've seen so far. We know they're getting help not only from crews just in Texas, but from all over the region, all over the country.
It's interesting, you know, I'm from the Texas area. I've worked in several markets here, and so it's nice to see some of my old pals, right, from whether it's Bernie, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas. There are people sending crews from all over the place to make sure that Kerr County, this Kerrville area, that they are well taken care of with emergency crews. And it's interesting because each of these emergency responding crews has a different specialty. They can do something different. They have a different boat that might be able to go on the river, you know, when it's really flooding and raging, or maybe they're going to have, you know, flat bottom boats coming in over the next few days. So, you know, each one of these crews specializes in something in particular. Yesterday, we actually were able to get in with a nonprofit organization, a dive team. They are former tactical veterans and current law enforcement agencies that actually volunteer with this organization. They are also here and on call. Later today, we'll also be with, you know, some of the evacuation groups that are coming in to give aid, food to some of the first responders. And then again, we were with the U.S. Coast Guard as well. We went up to get a bird's eye view. It gives you a great idea of the vastness of impact here. We're talking about 6 counties all over the hill country that were impacted by these floodwaters, and to watch that Guadalupe, you know, river snake through all of this area, it's just awe-inspiring, but it gives you perspective in knowing how big this mission is to recover those that are still missing.
And your perspective is worth its weight in gold because we can't be there. You are in the center of it. So thank you. We appreciate your reporting.
What a disaster in epic proportion, because you don't have more than 100 people die in this country without it being one of the top.
What a disaster. So be sure to stay with Eyewitness News and ABC News for continuing coverage of the disaster in Texas and the desperate search for survivors. You can also get updates anytime at ABC7NY. Also, if you feel inclined to help out, ABC News has been in touch with a number of charities, and you can find those charities just by going to abcnews.com or by using the QR code that you see right there on your screen.
Great resource.
Yeah, let's just